Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's the Sports Snob, Phil Fax, and I'm back. Today, we got to talk about some boxing. That's the first topic. This is the first video I had to put out. Boxing has been crazy. Since the last time I spoke to y'all, there's been a lot going on. I've been MIA for about a year. So the last time I was talking, Mikey Garcia was going to fight Errol Spence, which I gave Mikey his props. Thought that was pretty brave of him. Knew what the outcome was going to be. Not surprised. But since then, Errol Spence fought Shawn Porter. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I'm stressing about my man Bud Crawford. Bud, you got me feeling disappointed. You got me embarrassed. I've been bigging you up for a minute. And right now, you looking real sad, fam. You looking bad. There's been a lot of games going on in boxing. There's been a lot of ducking. That is the word or the phrase that pays this year. A lot of these high-profile fighters are not willing to fight tough competition. Now, we know that there's a lot going on when it comes to the abnormal circumstances that we're living in. Okay, so due to the pandemic that we are dealing with, fans are not allowed to go to sporting arenas and events live and participate live. So this cuts into the revenue. That means that there's no money being made in the stands. There's no money being made at the gate. So this does affect the outcome of these fighters' purses. That being said, there's fighters like Bud Crawford and other guys who have like set amounts they get paid to fight. So I don't understand why Bud is playing games with other fighters. For instance, let's get into the G. Russell Jr., Mr. Gary Russell Jr., my new favorite fighter. Him and Errol Spence are my favorite fighters. And of course, Deontay Wilder, I got your back too, fam. I'll get into him later on in the video. Now, my man Bud, after Terence Crawford, after Errol Spence and Shawn Porter fought, Shawn Porter was a little salty. Errol Spence is moving on to bigger and better things. He's going to fight Danny Garcia. He's fighting Danny Garcia, and Bud ain't fighting nobody. So what happens is everybody starts asking for Bud's next opponent. Who's it going to be? What's going to pop? Gary Russell Jr. decides to let it be known that he had to pop Bud in the mouth back in the days. This all goes with the fact that Bud want to lowball offer people, which is a form of ducking, and offer Kell Brook, an international star, if not a star in his own right in his side of the world, who has his own market. He offered this man $1.5 million to fight. Now, under the circumstances, like we already discussed earlier, the gates and the revenue is not going to be normal. But there's no way you can offer somebody like Kell Brook $1.5 million and expect him to accept that. That's disrespectful. You don't really want to fight him. You the champ. You have to make offers to people. You are what they call the A side. The B side doesn't make offers. The challengers wait and they accept the terms, or they add whatever it is that they want to be added to the conditions of the fight, and it gets negotiated. But the A side has to initiate always. That's the way boxing goes. So a challenger can't send a champion an offer to fight. If the champion doesn't have you in his view and he doesn't send you an offer, then you just got to wait. Which is one of the problems in boxing in a way, because we got a lot of crooked committees who their ranking system is a little funny, but we'll get into that in another video. Anyway, back to Kell Brook and Bud. So Bud decides that he wants to lowball Kell Brook. Now this is after he just basically got challenged by Keith Thurman. Now we all know Keith one-time Thurman had just lost to Pacquiao. Okay, but that's Keith Thurman's first loss, and it's to a legend. Keith Thurman been getting paper. Keith Thurman is definitely an international star. Keith Thurman asked for $10 million. Bud tried to say that Keith Thurman don't want to fight because he asked for the $10 million. Now, where I come from, you're not supposed to be in the next man's pockets. You make what you make, that's your business. If you make $3.5 million guaranteed every fight and then you get extra on top of that, depending on the gate and all of this, cool. But you can't tell this man, Mr. Keith Thurman, that he's not worth $10 million if that's what he been getting, fam. You don't want to fight. That's how I'm going to take that, because that's somebody who's worth what he's asking for. He knows his worth. I'm sure y'all could have worked it out. You didn't have to give him 10. Could have gave him 7. You fought Amir Khan for 7 for one of what the word on the street is. Amir Khan got $7 million for fighting you. Whether it was a set value or it was stuff added on top in the back end, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that man, he left for $7 million. Now, boxing is pretty expensive if you're a fighter. You got to pay your trainer, your manager, if you got promotions. I mean, it's... So you figure 1.5 mil for a superstar or a star boxer, it's not a lot of chicken, because he got to pay, he got top dogs in his camp that he got to pay. All right, so that Keith Thurman and Kell Brook situation, it was what it was. My man, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., decides that, you know what? Nobody wants to fight me. Everybody's ducking me. I'll fight you. I'll fight you, Bud. I don't really like you anyway. Something to that effect. So Gary Russell offers to take the 1.5. He'll fight Bud for 1.5. Now, Gary Russell Jr., I believe he fights at 126. So he will be moving up like 4 weight classes if he was to fight Bud. Bud came out with a video trying to say Gary Russell's too small, that he'd break his neck in his straight. All this gangster talk. Gary Russell started coming back with back-to-back videos, fam, coming at this kid's head. And we haven't heard nothing from Bud since. What ends up happening, Devin Haney, another person I respect, because he's also reaching for greatness. And Devin Haney decides, I got 1.5 million. I'll fight you, Gary. So now, after all of their little back and forth that happened, which was entertaining, by the way, shout out to Blue Blood Sports. Shout out to Fanon International Boxing. Shout out to 7-8. Shout out to BTB TV. I forgot. Pardon me, fam. No disrespect. I just want to give all of you guys, all the boxing channels, Champ Side, everybody, y'all keep us informed, and you're very entertaining, and I'm grateful that we have a forum where now boxing fans can start creating platforms or go to platforms and enjoy and discuss the sport that we love. And all you guys are doing a phenomenal job. That being said, they had negotiations on Fanon's show between Blue Blood Sports and Fanon International Boxing. There was some negotiations taking place live, and it was cool. It was good to see brothers talk, not agree, be on a different side of the fence from each other, but still be respectful and come to a conclusion. And we're gonna have a fight, because Gary Russell Jr. ain't no sucker, and clearly Devin Haney is no sucker, and they both want to fight. And that was the bottom line. So they got it done. So now we're going to have a great fight between Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney. Shout out to Mr. Bill Haney. You are such an entertaining character. You are a good businessman. You had me crying. It was hilarious, man. Watching you guys. Batman, shout out to you, Gary Russell Jr.'s brother. You are official duel. You the type of nigga I definitely would want behind me. You a real nigga. That's what you definitely a real nigga. Mr. Haney, you a real nigga too, but you a businessman. You got that. I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying? You from Cali, and I hear that slickness in your talk, you know what I'm saying? I respect it though. You know, I respect your negotiation skills. It's a little different from how we do on my side of town, but you know what I'm saying? I understand, and you was trying to get shit done. You trying to make things happen for you, your company, and your son, and I respect that. Definitely respect that. I'm on the same wave, different, different field. But anyway, so we got a great fight coming up between Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney. But who's Bud gonna fight? Here we go, Bud. That's what I'm saying. What's the problem with you? Who you gonna fight? You gotta stop playing, man. This pound, you and Canelo Alvarez, that pound for pound shit, both of y'all need to be off the list. Cause as nice as both of y'all don't want to fight nobody. Y'all not giving the people what we want. Y'all not living up to the standard that you definitely capable of living up to. Alright, now that being said, we're gonna move on to the heavyweight situation. Because Deontay Wilder is gonna tear Tyson Fury up. But side note, Dillian White got knocked the fuck out, and that shit was hilarious. Yo, you gotta watch that fight. Yo, he ain't see it coming. And Fam was doing all right too. He was doing all right, but he's chinny. Word. There's a lot of chinny cats out here lately. I noticed that. It's a lot of chinny cats. People been getting knocked out kind of early and easy. People been getting dropped, but anyway. So we got Joshua, who's a soft. I'm not a big Joshua fan, no disrespect. He could fight and all of that. He's chinny. Clearly, John Ruiz showed us that. Tapped that jaw. So now, when he turned into Floyd Mayweather in the rematch, he got his belts back. They robbed Deontay Wilder in the meantime. Crazy how they did Deontay Wilder. Yo, straight out the movies, fam. They put shit in his water. Fam had the rigged gloves. Like, crazy. Tyson Fury, I would not want to be you. Not for all the money in the world. You got the knockout king coming for that head. Good luck, buddy. So really, those topics are the ones I want to talk about. But last but not least is my Charlo twins. Yo, shout out to the Charlos, Lions only. Nothing but love. Leo love coming from me right here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely feeling the lion. The whole aspect of that. Y'all definitely represent. And the Charlos both have good fights coming up. I'm more interested in the Jason Rosario Jamal Charlo fight. I mean Jamel Charlo, fight. Than I am the survey Devin Janko fight and Jamel's gonna be good. Maybe I got it wrong. I might be saying the wrong brothers. I'm sorry, but I apologize. Y'all twins. You know what I mean? But those are two very good fights with two very good opponents. Not 50-50 fights, but 50-40. I mean 60-40. You know, like them. Those are guys that are. I don't know. Jason Rosario is a sleeper. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with that because Son is a heavy hitter. So those are going to be some good fights. We got a lot of good fights coming our way. I expect some more. Hopefully Bud and Canelo get their stuff together. Canelo got issues going on with the zone financially and suing them and all of this crazy nonsense. Fight. You a boxer, nigga. You ain't no lawyer. Triple G, I don't know what's up with him. Lomachenko. My man Lomachenko. I've been talking about him. Y'all know I like his skill sets. The Matrix. But he about to fight my boy Teofimo Lopez. I like Teofimo Lopez a lot. I think Teofimo Lopez comes out on top. If it goes the distance, Teofimo got to watch it. He might get robbed. I think he needs to be aggressive from the beginning and just bring it to Lomachenko. Lomachenko got great foot movement, great skills. So Teofimo got to be in the best shape of his life and be ready to cut off that ring, because Lomachenko is going to try to dance circles around him, stay active, and try to win by points. I know Lomachenko is not going to go for a knockout unless he sees it there, which I don't expect him to get Lopez in that position. I expect Lomachenko to fight a smart technical fight, and I expect Lopez to be aggressive because Lomachenko doesn't like that. If he can walk him down and cut off that ring and make him fight, Lopez has a good chance of being what they saying is the undisputed champion. Now, I know Devin Haney got something to say about that, but that's another topic. At the end of the day, I'm looking forward to all of these dudes fighting. I'm dying to see what's going to happen with Ryan Garcia. He's fighting Lucas, I believe. This clown from overseas. I can't remember this cat's name, man. Not feeling him too much. I'm mad that David Benavidez lost his belt on the scale. That was some sucker shit Canelo tried to do. God don't like ugly. That's why he's going through what he's going through. I like to see Caleb Plant fight David Benavidez. That's the fight I'm really looking forward to in the future. Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, I was looking forward to that. But now I'm starting to feel like Bud is being slick, man. I'm going to keep it 100. I think Bud is like letting Errol do all the hard work, fight all the hard fighters, get worn down. So when they fight, Bud got a lot of mileage. Errol will have a lot of mileage on him, and Bud could try to take advantage of that. I'm not saying that that's going to guarantee work for him, but that looks like what he's trying to do. He's trying to wait it out, cherry pick, as they say, and, only fight big money fights right now, which is hard to do under the climate, the specific climate we under right now. There's not a lot of big fights that can happen, especially when Bud doesn't have pay-per-view numbers. See, now Pacquiao fighting Errol Spence, that's a pay-per-view fight. Even Devin Haney versus Mr. Gary Russell Jr., that's a pay-per-view fight. Bud ain't been picking opponents where we could take $30, $40, $50 out of our pocket and contribute to his bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line when it comes to that. So, Bud, please step your game up, man, because I'm a big fan of yours. You got a lot of riders. They probably going to give me some crazy comments I'm going to have to reply to. Some I might have to ignore, but I'm not having it. So, don't come with no dumb shit, because if you do, you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely going to, I'm going to see you. Whatever. So that being said, that's where I'm at with boxing right now. Those are the things that are interesting me, and those are the things that I'm watching. Those are the fighters and the situations that got my interest going right now. They got my interest peaked, and I'm looking forward to see the outcome of the fights that we got scheduled, and I'm looking forward to see what type of fights they're gonna bring us in the future. Now, I'm out of here. I gave you it all. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. I'll be back. I'm going to do another segment about a different topic, a different sport. In the meantime, subscribe, yo. Give me a thumbs up. Share. Put people on. I'll be coming on Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. I'm going to be going live at 5 p.m. And I'll be coming on Sundays at 1 p.m. So I would like for the channel to grow. I would like for participation. And I appreciate y'all support. This is Phil Facts, the original, one and only sports snob. I'm out of here because I got it like that. Peace, YouTube.